disciples. What he just says in the previous verse is that to be my disciple, you need to pick up your own cross, sacrifice your own life and your ambitions, and come and follow me. And then he follows that up with this next verse, chapter 14, verse 27, where he says this, "And if you do not carry your own cross and follow me, you cannot be my disciple. But don't begin until you count the cost." Now, isn't that an interesting thing for Jesus to say? I would anticipate that if there's a whole group of people that want to be Jesus' disciples, he would say something like, "Yes, everybody come, follow me, it's going to be great." And I think Jesus does want everyone to come and follow him, but that's not how he says it. He says, no, if you want to follow me, make sure you count the costs of what it will take to come and be my disciple. What he's getting at is that every decision we make will cost us something. And we need to realize that before we go in and make that certain decision. The same is true for following him. And so he goes on and, in the next verse and gives some examples of what the cost of being a disciple really looks like. He says, "For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there is enough money to finish it? Otherwise, you might complete only the foundation before running out of money, and then everyone would laugh at you. They would say, 'There's the person who started the building and couldn't afford to finish it.'" Well, that's not what we want, right? We don't want to be known as the people who started building something and only end up with the foundation and not the walls, so that people walk by and laugh at you, saying, "Well, they didn't plan very well." And Jesus is saying, you don't want that in your faith either. If you're thinking about following Jesus, probably the most important decision any of us will ever make, he's saying, I want you to know what that's going to cost you. In fact, he goes on and gives another analogy. In verse 31, he says, "Or what king would go to war against another king without first sitting down with his counselors to discuss whether his army of 10,000 could defeat the 20,000 soldiers marching against him? And if he can't, he will send a delegation to discuss terms of peace while the enemy is still far away." So the same principle is true whether you're a builder constructing a building or a king constructing an army. You need to count the costs of what that decision will cost you before you go and make it.